Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, out on another walk, and this time I'm looking at benchmarks. Well, if you don't know what a benchmark is, don't panic, because we know a man who does. It's Martin Snow. Hello, Martin.
Hello, Richard. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. And a bright, sunny, shiny day
yes.
to go out searching for benchmarks. Now, we did a live show. You did tell us a little bit about benchmarks, but we thought we'd go out in the field, so to speak, although this is, of course, not a field, it's a street. We're in Worthing in West Sussex, very close, if I come here, to the law courts. But hopefully you're not taking me to the law courts.
I hope not.
No. Best avoided most of the time. So, benchmarks. Could you show me, first of all, what a benchmark is?
Yes, shall we go and have a look?
Go and have a look, yes.
And then we can...
On y va, as they say.
Yes, right.
Or lead on, I believe.
Oh, right.
Let's try not to get knocked down. We're on... Is this Richmond Road?
Richmond Road in Worthing.
OK, and we're approaching a nice red brick building, which I think is pretty old.
Yes, pretty old. It was a school. It's now a dance school.
Ah.
Well, in fact, it's the School of Performing Arts.
Oh, I see. ROSPA. I always thought ROSPA was the Royal Society for Perfection of Accents.
Ah, yes. But it's RSOPA, not ROSPA.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Right, you've paused here. Why is that?
Paused here because we have one here.
Right.
If we can bend down that far
Yes.
and get up again.
So that is a benchmark, that tiny chiselled thing on the edge of a building.
Yes, that's right.
I'm going to ask you a few more questions about what it's for and what it signifies, but you've got another one to take me to, so shall we head for that?
We'll go and look for that one, shall we?
Okay, let's go. How far? So you've led me through a churchyard, Martin. Which church is this?
This is Christ Church in Worthing.
It's a beautiful church with a wonderful flint and a great big tower. The bell tower, of course.
Yes.
So
there's some lovely bells up there.
Lovely bells. But it's not the church this time that we're interested in, although I must just say that this is unusual on the is it napped? It's not quite napped, it's sort of vague napping.
But chopped a bit.
Chopped a bit, but the important thing that we wanted to show, just as we're passing, is this infill. What's that? Yeah, so you've got the flint.
Got the flints.
And then it's surrounded as if, to stop the flints from coming out, they've shoved in a whole load of other chips of flints.
Yes,
what do you call that?
It's called garroting, and serves two purposes, well, three possibly. One is decoration.
Right.
Two is partly to stop the pug, the mortar, from falling out when it's thing. And the other thing is it's pretty sharp, so you wouldn't want to try and climb it.
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, it's and it does, as you say, for decoration. It makes it very richly impressive. Anyway, that's not why we're here. Yep. But that's we're going to look at something else on a wall, aren't we? Where are we looking now for our second benchmark? Oh, right. Oh, here we go.
Right down here. For some reason, all the ones we're looking at you've got to crouch down for.
So what is a benchmark actually for?
Benchmark is a permanent mark in a supposedly permanent building.
Right. Like a church. Which is pretty permanent, isn't it?
Which we wouldn't expect to disappear quickly.
Right.
For assisting in making maps.
So are you saying that the benchmarks are placed on buildings to indicate a spot that can be surveyed and put onto a map so that you can then measure from there to other buildings and other things?
That's it, very accurately.
Yeah, very accurately. And is that something that still happens, or is that an obsolete thing?
The use of the benchmarks is pretty much obsolete now,
right? Because
of electronics, the good old electronics, GPS.
Oh, I see.
GPS, the very expensive GPS can be accurate to within a millimetre or two.
Sure. So what would they have measured physically from each benchmark? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
they would have
between each benchmark.
Right.
They would when they were plotting them in, they'd do a line across the country and accurately plot them in.
But what I'm trying to get at is a physical line. They would be there with tape going along?
With tape and sometimes with theodolites.
Right.
Different ways of putting them in.
Let's have a look at another one, shall we?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we've arrived at a third one in our last one today, which is another one chiselled into the wall down there.
That's right.
So let's just quickly recap. These are marks which are used for surveying purposes to plot on a map, so that people can design where they want houses or roads and that sort of stuff. It's all for that sort of map making and building stuff. They're permanent things. The horizontal line represents something important. What does that represent?
Well, that represents the height above the mean sea level.
So that represents a height above sea level.
Yes, above a mean sea level.
Right, and what does that mean?
Well, because the tide goes up and down.
Right, so that's not an average, but it's like an average.
It's like an average.
It's a technical term for an average, isn't it?
There's lots of technical bits.
Yes. So it's a specific height above, which is noted down by the surveyor or the person who puts in the mark.
That's right.
So that when they're plotting, they know that, for example, this might be, 25 feet to point whatever above sea level.
Yes.
So that if they then look for another mark and they go, oh, like down there, it's lower down.
It's lower down.
And so then they can work out that the street goes down on their maps.
Yes.
They are quite fun. I mean, that's the thing that, apart from the technical aspect, if I can say that word, technical, they're quite fun because they're marked on old maps, and if you're out for a walk, they're quite fun to spot.
That's right. Yes. Great fun.
Yes. So that's the real reason that we're doing it. It's not that we want everyone to turn into surveyors and go around chalking up marks or understanding that real side of it. It's just when you're out for a walk and you think you're looking for interesting things, perhaps to entertain the children with. If you know that there is a benchmark, you could turn it into a bit of a treasure hunt.
That's right.
Can you find it on the building?
Yes.
And they are marked on the maps to show you where on the building it is.
Yes,
is that right?
on the older maps they're marked.
So finally, we mentioned that they are supposedly be on permanent buildings, but history shows that some permanent buildings are knocked down. So
quite a lot.
If a building with one on goes, does that mean it's lost?
It's lost.
Or they don't put another one on another building?
No, because they're no longer used.
They no longer use them.
They're just lost forever.
Right. So basically, go and look for them. But there's a website that you can actually log on. Of course there is. There's a website you can log on and find them, the ones that exist. Is it possible that you could find one that's not been found anywhere?
It's just possible.
But unlikely.
But unlikely because the Ordnance Survey have a database of all the ones that they make.
Well, I hope we've sort of made some inroads on that, and it's been of some entertainment value. Martin, thank you very much.
It's okay, my
We've
pleasure.
got out into the sunshine and we've done benchmarks, so that's something. Until the next time, we'll see you again.
Okay.
Bye for now. Bye-bye.
While we're here, can we just look and see if we can see them?